Hello everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to do these flower crowns or flower headbands, whatever you want to call them, using Dollar Tree items. So first we're going to start by taking the flowers off the bouquet just so you can have loose flowers and you don't have to worry about that later. As you can see, really easy to choose from. And so I am going to go ahead and take off my headbands off the packaging. And like I said, bought all of this at Dollar Tree. This is like a set of 4 headbands, which is perfect because that's the exact amount I needed. So here I'm going to start off with my first crown. And I am going to start by placing hot glue in the middle of the headband so that I can place down my first flower. Now for my first flower, it was really hard to take the stem off, so I ended up just gluing it on its side, which actually turned out to be great because it added more volume putting the flowers like that. It just made it look like, you know, big flowers versus flat on your head. So here I'm just taking the hot glue and then placing a flower just like the one before, back to back, and then I'm just taking another flower. It's totally up to you what flower patterns you want to use, but I took these like white flowers and then I did the same thing, placed them back to back, and then I did the same thing on the other side. And by doing the back to back pattern, it helped kind of block out some of those empty spaces where you can see the headband. But what I would do is I would add in flowers as I went, just to cover it from the top so that it looks like there's flowers wrapping around the whole headband or crown. And so then here I am adding a red flower, which is what I used to kind of end the little flower pattern. I didn't want the flowers to wrap all the way around. I wanted it to have like a ending to it and just let the headband be a headband. Plus I felt like if you put the flowers all the way to the end, totally your personal choice, but if you do it, it might get stuck within your hair. Or like if you want to do a bun, this would actually probably look a little better too, if instead of wrapping it all the way around. So here I'm just adding another red flower to the end, and this is the finish crown. That's the first one. I actually made that one for my mom. And so here I'm grabbing another one, and this one's gonna go to my little sister. And I'm so sorry, I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. So here I am actually not gonna fill up the headband like I did with the other ones. I was actually able to take off the stem off the flower and lay it flat, as you can see. And you can actually leave it like that and even make just a cute little headband for a little kid. I don't have any kids, so this is for my little sisters. So here I'm taking more glue and then adding another flower similar to that one, and then just adding another one. I think for this one I went more for the side bouquet, kind of more headband, less crown. Like I said, it's totally cute on a little kid. They can wear it whenever they want. I think my sisters wore it for a while after I made it, and I know for sure my mom still has the original crown that I made for her, and it still has all its flowers, surprisingly. So definitely, it just doesn't matter how much you paid for the item. Apparently, I mean, these headbands are still around unless my sisters destroyed them, which is highly possible because they were quite little when I made this video. And so here I'm just, like I said, up to you how you want to design it, but I'm adding another flower. And like I said, I was going more for a side thing, not as centered as much as the other one. Especially because I realized that for the first one I used a lot of flowers, and then I was like, well, you know, I have all this extra. How many headbands can I make? It was like a personal challenge. How much more glue can I waste? And just to let you know, RIP, that hot glue gun, it died on me that after that session completely went to the garbage, which I wasn't very happy about because now I have projects and I don't have a hot glue gun to do it. So here I'm still fiddling with the flower. I was having a hard time, like I said, laying them down flat after I took the stem. I highly regretted it. It was a lot harder than keeping that bottom stem on, just because laying them flat was becoming pretty hard. I don't know why. So here I'm taking another one and I'm doing, apparently cutting off that little stem. And the reason why I did it, even though I hated doing it, was because I knew that I had to do more of a side headband for my little sisters, so I didn't want to have them side by side and then not have any flowers to fill up the rest. And like I mentioned, you can just leave it like that and boom, you have a cute little headband. But yeah, I believe that was the year we had an event at my mom's, and we don't celebrate like they do back in Mexico, but my mom usually puts up an altar and we put all of our relatives. I always have a Coca-Cola ready for my late grandfather, who passed away a few years ago, but his favorite drink of choice was a Coke, even though he had diabetes. It's all about celebrating life and death. But anyways, here are my finished flower crowns or flower headbands. I actually made 4, the big one for my mom and then the rest for me and my sisters, although I miscounted one sister until I saw her at the event. Oops. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you subscribe to watch more fun. Bye.